I drink very little. I don't smoke. I never have. I'm healthy, always been healthy. Obviously I'm not overweight. I exercise regularly, walk regularly, I'm fairly active. And obviously on this day I went for a walk along Linear Park. There's a set of 32 steps about a couple hundred yards or metres from the house, and I do them 4 or 5 times and then go for the walk, come back and do them again. I got only halfway up these stairs and I thought, I need a rest. And I was just naive. I thought I was bulletproof being like I was. And so I thought, I won't do the stairs today, I'll push on. And which I did, walking, but I cannot remember anything after the stairs. I went to a door, knocked on the door, and I collapsed inside. And I asked them, I'm Arnold Fraser, can you ring my wife please? I've got chest pain.
So I actually wasn't supposed to be home that day. Me and my friends were planning to go to the beach, but it was really bad weather, so we cancelled. I was actually just laying down watching some Netflix when I heard a knock at the door and Dad answered, and I just heard him say something about someone in pain, so that's when I ran out. I just thought they had fallen off their bike, and then when I come out, he was like, they're in chest pain, so I immediately called the ambulance. And we got Arnold to sit down, and within about 2 minutes he was on the floor unconscious, and that's when I started CPR.
So she immediately started CPR, and fortunately for me that she did, because although her dad called the ambulance, they were 7 or 8 minutes away, and she just worked on me doing CPR. And I've commented that it was quality CPR because doctor said most of my ribs were broken.
So I continued CPR until the paramedics arrived and set up the defibrillator.
They used that 10 times on me. And so I'm just so lucky they kept going.
While the paramedics were working on Arnold, I was standing at the door the whole time listening, and it wasn't until they said, we've got a femoral pulse, that like my chest just dropped. It was like everything had just lifted off my shoulders, like I'd done something right.
That was still in Marika's home. It would have been very traumatic for Marika and her family, I would imagine.
So I actually didn't think Arnold was going to make it. Watching the paramedics work on him for 45 minutes and shock him 9 times, I didn't think he was going to live.
Arnold would have, his chance of dying would have significantly increased if his CPR wasn't commenced as soon as possible.
I would definitely not be here. I would be through the pearly gates. She definitely saved my life. I have no doubt about that, undoubtedly. And not only that, because she was so quick at the CPR, one of the major problems with people having cardiac arrest is if they don't get oxygen to their brain quick enough, they get brain damage. A couple of things about my family, which, as I said I was healthy and that, but I was very naive. 7 out of 10 of my mother's siblings died of heart failure. And I had a close cousin die at 43 of heart failure. And so for me to not even consider that when I first got chest pain, I thought it was just muscular.
So, I mean, this is a great example to encourage us all to go in and get a heart health check with your GP. And there's been a really strong push recently by the Heart Foundation to be able to get everybody over the age of 45, and if you have a Torres Strait Islander or Indigenous background, even above the age of 30, to go in and get a heart health check.
To find out that Arnold was going to survive and to know that his family was so appreciative, it was a really amazing feeling. If there's one thing that I want people to take away from this, it's the importance of learning CPR. Even as a nurse, I probably underestimated the importance of it, but now I've seen firsthand how it saved someone's life.
So Arnold's prognosis is good. Most death associated with a heart attack occurs before the artery is opened, and so we're obviously well past that now. Arnold's had some damage to his heart, so there still is medical therapy and even a potential defibrillator that we may need to involve in his care, but his prognosis all over is good.
I've got 8 grandchildren, and they've each sent me a video of "Get Well Soon, Pa," and that. And this little 6-year-old has sent me a text saying, "Pa, I'm so glad that you're not dead." Yes, and then she sings me a song. "Good on you, Pa. You're a star. Good on you, Pa."